Hey, what's up, everybody? It's DJ Mo D here from WhatChuSayRadio. Appreciate everybody always tuning in, locking it in, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the page, share this video with somebody, especially a sports lover out there. Happy Hump Day, y'all. Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, November 19th. Moving right along. Thanksgiving is what, 8 days away? 8 more days till Turkey Day. Can't wait, man. I'm ready to deep fry that thing. Are y'all deep frying the turkey? Let me know what y'all got planned, what y'all are cooking in the comments section for Thanksgiving. Let me know what you're doing, spending time with family if you're traveling, all that good jazz. But in this video, again, we're talking sports, we're talking NFL. We got to go back and wrap up week 11, put a bow on it, and see how well we did for the week as tomorrow is Thursday night football. So we got to get ready for that. We got a day turnaround. So let's get right into it, y'all. And we're going to look at the first game, which was last Thursday. It was New York Jets at New England. I think that was an easy pick. New York Jets were coming off, trading folks. They were coming off the loss, Justin Fields, and just a bad time for the New York Jets. And so New England, as I predicted, came out with the win. Let me get my pen out so we can go ahead and mark that as a W. That's right, our W here. Let's see, where are we at? Gonna change that color. Gonna make that color different here from our picks. And we're gonna turn that to the highlight. All right, so we got the W right there. We got a W. No, I want green. I don't want gray. I don't want gray skies. I want the green in here. Hold on. Show me the green. You got to get the green, right? Yeah, there we go. Much better. All right, so got a W there. Moving on to the next game, we have Washington versus the Miami Dolphins. I don't know what happened there. I didn't make a selection. I didn't make a selection, so guess what? At any rate, the Dolphins managed to get the win there against the Washington Commanders, 16-13. So that one will not count for us. I don't know why. I would have chosen Miami as Washington was kind of out of it with McLaurin still out and Jaden McDaniels out. So their team's been reeling. But anyway, the Miami Dolphins get the win 16-13. Two bad teams, both had headed in the wrong directions for this season. So moving on, we had Carolina at Atlanta. Carolina Panthers going into Atlanta. I had the Atlanta Falcons winning at home. The Panthers go in and pull off the upset. Man, Bryce, he looked pretty good, man, throwing that ball, slinging that ball, and look at finding his receivers. And so big ups to them. I take a L. Carolina gets the win. I get the L for that one. Moving on, we got Tampa Bay at Buffalo. This is one of our big games of the week here. And I had the, let's see, Buffalo winning. Yep. And sure enough, the Buffalo Bills win 44-32. So we get a W there. We had H-Town at Tennessee, Houston, Texas playing the Tennessee Texans. And I had the Texans winning that game. And sure enough, they get the win 16-13. 16-13. We take another W there. Chicago at Minnesota. I went division matchup. As a matter of fact, we had a few division matchups. New York Jets and New England. That was a division matchup. Um, Carolina, Atlanta. That was a division matchup. And then we had Chicago, where we're at right now. Chicago at Minnesota was a division matchup. And I went my heart on this one because I thought Minnesota could win that one against Chicago. But Chicago comes in, they get the win 19-17. JJ McCarthy pulled off another comeback in the fourth quarter. However, the comeback wasn't good enough. Wasn't able to stand, wasn't able to hold. The Bears go down and they get the W. And as far as my Vikings, we get an L there. And we just, man, there's a lot of opinions out there on JJ McCarthy. And a lot of analysts are saying that, hey, the kids, it's only his fourth, fifth game. Some people are saying he needs more time to develop. I mean, to me, and I'm gonna do a deeper dive on this about JJ McCarthy, giving my opinion. And I know I've given him the last couple of times here that I've come on. I just don't think he's ready. I just don't think he's a franchise quarterback, in my opinion. I my eyes aren't deceiving me. My eyes say this guy, this kid, he is a young guy. There's nothing that stands out in his game to me. There's nothing that screams this kid is special to me other than he's motivated, he's pumped, and trying to keep the players lifted up in good spirits. But every time he gets back out on the field, he gives you nothing to me. He throws the ball bullets. If you can't hit the best wide receiver in the game, and yeah, I'm biased. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver. Some people say Jamar Chase, but Justin Jefferson, JJ, is the best wide receiver in the game to me. If you can't get him the ball, then something is wrong with you as a quarterback, in my opinion. And so, again, I'll do a further deep dive on this. I'm still my Minnesota Vikings all the way skull. You see the cap. I'll always represent. This has been my favorite team since I was a little kid, and they'll continue to be my favorite team. But JJ McCarthy, in my opinion, he's not the guy. All right, so we'll talk about that later on. Getting into it, moving on, we got Green Bay. They went into the Giants, and Green Bay, where we at? Man, they lost Josh Jacobs in that game. They lost Jordan Love for a little bit in the first half, but he was able to come back. Josh Jacobs, however, wasn't able to come back. And the Packers do get the win 27-20 as Jameis Winston he took the quarterbacking duties for the New York Giants, and he didn't look bad at all. So we get the W there. Moving on, we got Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. This was another division rival game. Cincinnati going to Pittsburgh, and where's our score sheet on that game? We had the Steelers taking that one 34-12. Probably the worst game I've seen Flacco play since he's been with the Bengals. If you've seen any highlights from that game or watched the game, you know the big deal that came out of that was Jamar Chase spitting at Jalen Ramsey. I mean, it was horrible. And then Jamar Chase actually goes to reporters post-game interview and lies not once but twice, said he never spit on the guy. And if you look at the tape, you could see the spit come out of his mouth. You could see Jalen Ramsey react, grab him by the face mask, and start tugging at him. And Jamar Chase just has his arms next to his hips. He doesn't do anything to retaliate. Why? Because in my opinion, he knew he did wrong. He knew what time it was, and he knew not to put up a fight because that's one thing you don't do. That's so disrespectful is to spit on a person. That means you're telling them you mean nothing to me. You're worthless. You're a worthless human being. So Jalen Ramsey was right in how he responded. You cannot blame him for that. The league gave Jamar Chase one game suspension. I was with some analysts like Stephen A. Smith who said it should be a 2 game suspension, one for spitting, two for lying about it, not once but twice. I agree with that assessment that it should have been 2 games, but as other people said, we had the spitting incidents in the first game with Philadelphia and the Dallas Cowboys, where one of the defensive players for Philadelphia spit on Dak Prescott, and he only got 1 game, so a precedent was kind of set. So, league, after this year, you have to put a higher restriction or a higher penalty for somebody spitting on somebody. And I would say go up to even I say 2 games. I would even go up to 3 games because it's just so disrespectful that it could cause a fight on the field, off the field, in the streets. It could go well beyond the game because that act is so disrespectful to another person. So maybe look into a 3 game, if not a 3 game, at least a 2 game suspension on spitting on another person so that you can deter players from engaging in this type of act. All right, moving on. We had the LA Chargers at Jacksonville. Jacksonville Jaguars get the win handily, man, 35-6. And so I get the L. We had Seattle at the Rams, big division game right here. Rams, I chose the Rams as the home team to pull that out, and sure enough, man, they squeaked it out, 21-19. I think Sam Darnold had like four interceptions in that game, but they still were there. They still had their chance, but I get the W there. We had San Francisco at Arizona, another division game. Jacoby Brissett, I think his name is quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, threw, man, like a record 400 some yards or something like that. It was crazy day. That was without Marvin Harrison Jr. This other wide receiver, Wilson, had a big day. But San Francisco, they come out with the win 41-22, and I get a W there. We got Baltimore at Cleveland, division game. Baltimore goes, and I chose them, and they go in and get the win. Baltimore won that game 30, 30, 23 to 16. 23 to 16. Man, Miles Garrett just looked good again, man. It's just sad that he's playing at such a high level and it's just not paying off for the Browns. I hate it. I hate it for Miles Garrett. However, he had the opportunity to leave in free agency. He decided to stay with the Browns. So, it's kind of, he brought this on himself and it is what it is. I do got some friends that love the Cleveland Browns, so salute to y'all. But like I said, Miles Garrett and his efforts are all for nothing as the Baltimore Ravens get the win, man. Oh, and gotta say, man, let's say some prayers for Bernie Kosar. Bernie Kosar, I did not realize that I think he has like I think it's a liver issue that he's been battling for a while. And so he was recognized at the beginning of the Browns game and as he's in the hospital. Um, and again, I just didn't realize that how bad his health situation was. But again, he seems in great spirits, y'all. And so let's keep Bernie Kosar, again, in my opinion, the greatest Browns quarterback in their history so far. Let's keep him lifted up in prayer and hope he gets a speedy recovery. And he said something funny. I watched one of his videos from the hospital this past weekend. He said, he was like, "Let's go Browns." He was like, "Either way, I'm gonna get a win, whether it's the Baltimore Ravens or the Cleveland Browns. If you know, you know." And that's the truth, man. The Baltimore Ravens were originally the Cleveland Browns. They left Cleveland to go to Baltimore, and they became the Baltimore Ravens. Then the NFL reinstated another Browns team in Cleveland. So the Baltimore Ravens are the original Cleveland Browns. So, hey, if you're a Browns fan, you got to win. You got to win any way it went. So, just a little inside joke there. And again, prayers up for Mr. Bernie Kosar. We get the W there. Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City at Denver. I had Kansas City winning the game, and the Broncos pull off the upset. Broncos pull off the upset. I get the L. And so Kansas City was looking good. They were looking good before coming. They came out of the bye this week or this past week, and they were looking good up until then. And Denver, with that stingy defense, pulls it off. So kudos to Denver. Another big powerhouse division game right there, division rival. Then we got Detroit at Philadelphia. I had Detroit going in to win. Man, Jamar Gibbs had a great game the weekend before. Uh, Golf, Golf looked just pressured. He just looked out of sync. Golf was out of sync this whole game against Philly. Think they were 0 and 4 on fourth down tries. The gambler, he's going to gamble. And despite everything, it still was a 16-9 game. So it was a winnable game if they would have played much better, but they didn't. And so I take a L there. And then in the final game, that was an easy pick. Dallas, I had Dallas winning. George Pickens had a great monster game for Dallas. That's right, Jerry Jones. You better sign. You better sign Pickens, man. Don't waste. Don't play around with it, Jerry Jones. You should have learned your lesson by now with free agents and upcoming free agents, man. Get the players signed. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb is a nice 1-2 power punch to go with Dak and Ferguson and the tight end Ferguson. Hey, keep that core offensive um, team intact because you got something going there. All right, so we get the W there. Close it out. Let's go ahead and do the final tally. We'll do our wins. I'm gonna do my losses first. Do my losses first, and hopefully we're above 500. So losses: one, two, three, four, five. Five losses. I think we good, y'all. Let's see how many W's. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8-5. And don't forget, we didn't have the one, the Washington versus Miami. So it should have been 14 games, but it's 13 games. We are 8-5. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We are on the winning side of the tracks, y'all. Hey, there's a lot of news that happened in the NFL. We'll talk about it tomorrow as we get ready for Thursday night football. Some things that have happened over the past week here. There was a shooting of a player. I think it was a Jets player over the weekend. Um, what else is going on? We got I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is slated to return here. Sorry about the pause, y'all. There, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is slated to return. Again, we got Josh Jacobs that got hurt. He's still questionable, up in the air as far as if he's going to play this week. Kyler Murray, speaking of the Arizona Cardinals, is still out. We got Brock Purdy who came back. He came back for San Francisco and looked good for San Francisco. So we'll update some things that are happening in the league tomorrow. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is DJ Mo D from What You Say Radio. Again, make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, share this page, share the video, and make sure y'all put in the comments how well you did as far as your picks. Let me know. Thanksgiving's coming up. Let me know what y'all cooking. And let me know if y'all ready, where y'all going, what y'all doing. Everybody have a great day. This is DJ Mo D. I'm signing out. Peace. What you say?